US superstar Meghan Trainor speaks for the first time about her devastating battle with depression and anxiety. In the new episode of my podcast renamed the Dan Wootton Interview for the 2018 season, the All About That bass singer details her despair after her pop career was threatened when she required surgery on her vocal cords, less than 2 years after going under the knife for the same issue. Meghan Trainor opens up for the first time about her mental health battle, speaking from Hollywood in the world-exclusive interview, which you can listen to for free by searching for the Dan Wootton Interview on Apple Podcasts and iTunes. She tells me, "I thought, my God, is it going to be over for me forever? I fell into a crazy, deep hole of depression and anxiety." It was her Spy Kids active fiancé DARYL SABARA who was able to help the Grammy winner turn her life around, including dropping 20 pounds. However, for a long time Meghan was confined to her home as she was struck down by crippling panic attacks and apparent physical problems that she now realizes were brought on by anxiety. The US superstar details her despair and even says her pop career was threatened. She explains in heart-wrenching, honest detail, "When I had an episode it would last for 3 days. I was crippled and had this pain. Eventually I was going to doctors, psychologists and therapists, and I was like, my back feels like someone has a flame to it. I'm not sure if I'm going crazy, and I'm feeling like I'm crazy, losing my mind." I remember standing in US Pharmacy, CVS, with my friend in line, and I saw the whole back row behind her move when she didn't. Listen to Meghan's anxiety revelation here. Meghan speaks exclusively with Dan Wootton for the Dan Wootton Interview for the 2018 season. "You know, moments like that I had dissociation with your body and you think you're schizophrenic, you're seeing things. I was sitting in my bathroom and the lights turned yellow. In those moments, you're terrified, you feel alone. You feel like there's something wrong with you and you're embarrassed to talk about it. No one can help you. It's your brain. It's chemicals." Meghan, who releases her incredible comeback single No Excuses on Friday, had a realization about her situation after making an emergency trip to the hospital, believing she was having an allergic reaction. Meghan Trainor opens up about her magical proposal in the Dan Wootton Interview podcast. Meghan shares how she suffered crippling panic attacks that caused her to stay home for days. She recalls, "I went to the emergency room one night because I thought I was allergic to what I ate. My throat was closing and I was having trouble breathing. They told me, 'This is a blown panic attack.' I said, 'What do you mean?' 'This is your brain tricking you, telling you that your throat.'" The All About That bass singer says she started to see things and then she realized just how bad her mental health had gotten. "It blows your mind. What I learned is people have it and don't talk about it." Meghan confided in DARYL and her brother, who had experienced similar panic attacks. She says, "I was the poster child of I'm brave and I love who I am and I'm here, and I was the opposite. I was crumbling in my bed, like, I want to stay here and get through." Meghan revealed how she felt embarrassed that she represented someone who was brave to her fans, but that is not how she really felt. "You feel like you have the flu. You're like, how is my brain doing this? How does it have that much power over me? I didn't understand it. I was completely confused. That's why I had to research it." That research has seen Meghan completely overhaul her lifestyle and seek professional help. She says, "I took time off. I took time for me." Meghan took time off and took back her health. "The hardest part is when you're in the middle of it and truly believe there is no way this will ever end. I'm going to be stuck like this forever, and I believed that, until I slowed down with my anxiety and it stopped happening 24 hours a day. It was only like an hour. I was like, wow, I have some control now." Your brain is another person and you have to have a relationship with it. "It took months. I'm still in therapy. I would see my therapist once a week and I started working out a lot and that really helped me. I take a lot of vitamins. I love bulletproof vitamins. They've even got stuff for your eyes. I drank a gallon of water a day, sometimes more, for months now." Meghan told Dan that she is still in therapy and it has really helped her become a happier person. Last time I interviewed Meghan at Bizarre HQ, we had a KFC lunch, but she has now totally changed her diet too, despite being hailed as the perfect plus-sized pop star. She says, "I was like, it's great. I can be a pop star and eat pizza and eat whatever I want, but I wasn't taking care of myself and I was getting sick. I'd get bronchitis on the road. Now I look back and I'm like, oh my god, how I survived any of that was crazy because I wasn't taking care of myself. Talking to a therapist teaches you. God, I wasn't loving myself. I was wearing Spanx. I was miserable. I was in a corset for a photo shoot, you know. Meghan Trainor opens up about her magical proposal in the Dan Wootton Interview podcast. I eat really clean, no sugar and low carb as much as I can. Before, I was having Thai food every night and pizza. I can truly say I haven't had bread in over a year now probably, and I don't wake up like God, I want toast, I never crave bread. Read on for more at Dan Wootton's bizarre column Mum's Not the Word. Adele recently suggested Meghan was pregnant during a night out for Ellen DeGeneres' 60th birthday. Meghan said, I wasn't drinking at the Ellen party, and Adele's like, I think you're pregnant. I'm not pregnant, I just don't drink now. Adele recently asked if Meghan was pregnant because she doesn't drink anymore, but she admits she and fiancé DARYL have been discussing starting a family for a long time, saying, my mum was a young mum. She was 23 when she was popping us out and did it all in a row, and my dad was 44. They were 20 years apart, so they were like, let's get it going. So I think it's in my head that I'm my mother's age when she had babies. I love how young she is with me and how we're best friends. I want that with my kids. I was just walking by diapers and started crying. I'm way too emotional lately. Meghan admits she has discussed starting a family with her fiancé. Daryl's like, you alright? And I was like, I feel like we should be buying these. Meghan's emotions nearly got the better of her when she met Adele at the party too. She recalls, she came up to me because I was talking to James Corden and James's wife. So I was just trying to be really cool, like, what's up girl? Hey, how are you doing? I was telling her about my lifestyle and my new album. Meghan has met James Corden and Guillermo del Toro on James' show. She was so nice to me, and then she was like, we're going to go sit, be the first people to sit, because no one was sitting. I'm following her through the crowds and we were just like, hey Coldplay, what's happening? We freaked out, Meghan Trainor screams with delight talking about her engagement to DARYL SABARA in Today Chat. Meghan's first date. Meghan's first ever date was anything but romantic. She revealed, I think we went to TH's. I remember making out. He burped in my mouth Doritos. It was so awful I can taste it now. The world's luckiest fiancé. Meghan's actor fiancé pulled out all the stops when he proposed on her birthday last December. DARYL popped the question in front of her family, who he brought along.